August 7, 1940. 10,000 feet above the rolling fields of Kent, England. Flight Lieutenant Marmaduke Pattle grips the controls of his Hurricane as black specks appear on the horizon. 5 Luftwaffe Messerschmitts, fast, deadly, and confident. In the next 15 minutes, one pilot would turn the sky into a battlefield they would never forget. August 7th, the sun had barely risen over the chalk cliffs when Flight Lieutenant Marmaduke Pattle checked the gauges of his Hawker Hurricane. Sweat dampened his brow beneath the leather helmet. The radio crackled with static. Then the familiar voice of Squadron Leader Johnny Smith, scramble. Luftwaffe approaching from the southeast. All pilots, up. Pattle felt a knot tighten in his stomach. He had flown countless sorties, but today he sensed something different. The air was thick, the horizon dotted with black specks that could only mean one thing. His Hurricane roared to life, shaking as if eager to meet the enemy. He gripped the control column, eyes scanning the cloud-streaked sky for any hint of the German formation. Below, the English countryside lay in deceptive calm, with farmers tending fields and smoke curling from chimneys, oblivious to the deadly ballet about to unfold above. The wind whistled past Pattle's helmet as he climbed, each foot of altitude bringing him closer to the unknown. Formation tight, he muttered to himself. Don't break off, not now. From the west, the telltale glint of Messerschmitt Bf 109s appeared, sleek and deadly, cutting through clouds like knives. German pilots laughed among themselves, marking the Hurricane's stubby frames, confident in the Bf 109's superior speed and climb rate. But Pattle, calm and calculating, remembered the drills, the maneuvers, the countless hours of training, every twist and dive a potential lifesaver. The first shots rang out, tracers arcing past his wingtip. Time slowed. Pattle's hands moved instinctively, throttle forward, right rudder, left bank, each movement precise, practiced. The enemy expected fear. They got mastery from the side. Pilot Officer Robert Bobby Lyle saw Pattle dive on the first Messerschmitt. Pats on him. He shouted into the radio, and another pilot confirmed. The German fighter spiraled down in smoke. A black streak across the pale morning sky. The engagement had begun. 5 enemy fighters, 15 minutes, and a legacy that would echo across RAF briefing rooms for years to come. August 7th, 1940. 10,000 feet above the Kent countryside. The sky had become a chaotic mosaic of grey clouds and twisting aircraft silhouettes. Pattle's Hurricane shuddered as he dove, sun glinting off his gun sight, lining up the next Messerschmitt. His mind worked faster than the engine's pistons. Altitude, angle, speed, every variable counted. The Luftwaffe pilots, cocky and laughing, had underestimated him. Their formation broke under his aggressive maneuvers. One Bf 109 tried to flank him from the left. Pattle rolled sharply, the wind screaming past his ears, and lined up a perfect burst from his. 303 machine guns. The enemy fighter wobbled, then plummeted in a smoking spiral. 2 down, 3 to go. He muttered, adrenaline sharpening his focus. Round him, tracers laced the sky like fiery threads. Clouds hid him from other German pilots, and then revealed him at the last second, a shadow in a silver Hurricane, striking with uncanny precision. Pilot Officer Lyle radioed in, voice tense. Pat, there's another on your 6. Without hesitation, Pattle spiraled into a steep dive, chasing the Bf 109 toward the cloud line. The German pilot fired wildly, but Pattle's experience in aerial dogfights allowed him to anticipate each maneuver. A short burst, a flash of fire along the fuselage. The enemy went down. The roar of engines and crack of gunfire filled the air. Paddle's fingers itched on the trigger as he climbed back through a break in the clouds. He spotted two more fighters, attempting to regroup. His hurricane dove like a hawk, strafing the enemy in tight, coordinated movements. The German pilots were now panicked, confused, and increasingly desperate. With the fourth Messerschmitt gone, only one remained, circling and wary. Pattle's heart pounded, not from fear, but exhilaration. Every instinct honed over years of training guided him. He baited the final fighter into a climbing turn, cutting him off with a perfectly timed barrel roll. His guns spat fire. The plane wavered, then fell away, smoke trailing into the vast English sky. 15 minutes, 5 Bf-109s. One hurricane, one extraordinary pilot. As the adrenaline ebbed, Pattle leveled off, scanning the horizon. The remaining German aircraft were retreating, their confidence shattered. Below, the patchwork fields of Kent seemed tranquil again, as if the sky had never erupted into war. He radioed in quietly. All clear. 5 enemy fighters down. Squadron Leader Smith's voice crackled back, incredulous. Good God. Pattle, 5 in 15 minutes. You've just made history, lad. But Pattle, ever modest, only replied, just doing my duty. So, round him, other RAF pilots began regrouping, inspired and emboldened by his feat. Reports of the engagement would spread through squadrons, lifting morale at a critical stage of the Battle of Britain. Pattle's extraordinary skill had not only saved lives, but had struck a psychological blow to the Luftwaffe. August 8, 1940. RAF Tangmere Airfield, West Sussex. Pattle's Hurricane taxied to a stop, engine still throbbing, as ground crew rushed forward. Mud-streaked and helmet askew, he climbed down, shaking with exhaustion yet carrying the calm of someone who had faced death and survived. Round him, pilots crowded, murmuring in awe. 5 enemy fighters in 15 minutes, a feat almost unheard of. Squadron Leader Smith met him, his face a mix of pride and disbelief. Pat, I don't know whether to salute you or shake your hand. That was incredible. Pattle offered a tired smile. Just glad we held the line. Sir, in the coming days, reports of his engagement spread throughout the RAF. Intelligence officers documented the event carefully, noting the audacity and precision of his maneuvers. Fellow pilots studied the accounts, eager to learn from his techniques. The morale boost was palpable. Squadrons felt a renewed sense of confidence against the Luftwaffe's relentless assaults. Letters would later arrive from families and commanding officers, praising his bravery and composure under pressure. Yet Pattle himself remained modest, often deflecting attention, insisting that teamwork and rigorous training were as crucial as any individual heroism. But the record could not be denied. 5 Messerschmitt Bf-109s down, the Luftwaffe momentarily stunned, and the RAF emboldened at a pivotal moment in the Battle of Britain in later years. Historians would reflect on the psychological impact of such feats. One pilot's courage, skill, and split-second decisions have reverberated beyond the sky, influencing strategy, morale, and the very narrative of air warfare. Pattle's story became part of RAF legend, a testament to the lethal combination of human skill and mechanical mastery. As evening fell over Tangmere, Pattle sat quietly, gazing at the horizon. Smoke trails from distant engagements lingered in the clouds, reminders of the ongoing battle. He took a deep breath, feeling the weight of both survival and duty, understanding that every sortie could be the difference between life and death, for himself, his comrades, and the nation he served. Even as the Battle of Britain raged on, the memory of that 15-minute engagement would inspire generations. A vivid illustration of heroism in the skies and the profound impact a single pilot could have on the course of history.